that can eat the map, win the mid lane, and then just sort of spread creep like a Zerg. Just
what about an Invoker?
10 seconds.
Too slow. The only way you lose to Vici right now is if you get outpaced. It's possible. You need something that peaks around that 10 to 15 minute mark. Maybe something that can either get a blink or just early rotate. But with Weaver Band, Tiny Band, like there's nothing to really move around the map like that.
Huskar's not bad. Invoker's not bad.
You know, I knew. The moment you said Invoker, and Kyle went on a monologue about why it's not going to be Invoker, I knew it was going to be Invoker.
Thank you.
I mean, he's good at it. I don't mind it. It's just against the Knicks too. I feel like this might backfire on VP. I think they may have strayed just a little too greedy, but we'll see. It's pretty even.
There's a lot of picks in there, Will, though, that are counterproductive for the gyro as well, though. So there's a bit of both on both sides here, isn't there?
Yeah. You do notice, by the way, he ignored your analysis and immediately went to me because I was correct.
Wait, what?
I don't know.
Don't drag me into your fight.
Oh, damn. Vici almost got the...
Oh, they almost had the pentagram.
Oh, so close.
They're one off.
They are one off.
Yo, Nyx Assassin definitely has synergy with Wisp. I'm calling it. It basically works.
It is the highest synergy we've had for the whole tournament as well. So very good indeed. Thank you, gents. Right then, let's head back to our commentary team. Hold on to your chairs, everyone. This could be a bumpy ride for both sets of fans. It's Vici versus Virtus.pro. Final game, upper bracket final.
Indeed, Redo, what a game 3 we can expect to see between these two. Virtus.pro and Vici Gaming, and these two drafts, as sort of the panel touched upon, there's a lot of things that are sort of, they counteract one another.
Yeah.
You know, on one side, we're seeing this very strong Necro IO, and then this gyro that from Paparazzi that does come out to pair up with the IO, but it is into a morphling. There's going to be the potential for that flak to be taken up and utilized by Ramses. There's also this Pasha Center Warrior Runner. He's probably going to get a blade mail down the line. They do have ways to deal with it. And then you got no one. He wants to play Invoker. He wants to make it work against Vici Gaming, but the things he's got to be scared of. You're playing this no one Invoker into heroes like the Nyx Assassin, a hero that can really trip you up.
Definitely. There is no doubt about that. I was kind of surprised he came out in the end. I mean, I know he loves the hero, but that is one of the absolute best heroes. In fact, it kind of gave Nyx a purpose. Like
It did. It made the Nyx better.
Yeah, like the Nyx was kind of okay, and he does have synergy. As much, you know, SAP, I know. But setting up for these relocates across the map, just like a Bane does with the Nightmare, definitely something you're going to be looking for DY here.
There we go. Game 3, ladies and gentlemen. The deciding match between these two titans here at ESL Hamburg, Virtus.pro and Vici Gaming. And we'll see which way around it can go. Yeah, I can't help but feel maybe that no one Invoker pick was, you know, no one himself. He feels like he's got something to prove it. Game 1, the Invoker didn't work out. In terms of what he's up against, the core sort of, you know, you ignore the Nyx Assassin, you look at the heroes like the Lina, then the Gyrocopter. Yeah. These are going to be much more manageable for no one to deal with because they're not heroes that just innately get incredibly tanky at any stage of the game. Sure, maybe Gyro's super lane on when he's got Satanic, but it's not this Terror Blade, this Dragon Knight that we saw in game 1, his combo not really have much effect against.
No, it looked like he kind of lost his way in that match despite going off to a very good start. If he has a similarly nice start in this match, I could see no one having a far better time. And that's hopefully, much like the Nyx Assassin wants to set up for relocates, one of the best ways to enable your Invokers to help set up for Sunstrikes early on with the Centaur War Run. But this time, no one is switching up once again because it's going to be the Quas Wex Invoker, just to give that better overall team fight kind of combo with the Wyvern, the Centaur, and the Undying. And it looks like, ooh, nice dodge on the bottom lane there on the stun. So we'll put us 2 for 2 and a little bit of harass there onto DY. Had a hard game last match. There's no doubt about that on that Bane. So he's kind of switching up a little bit. It looks like the IO specialist himself will be Fade, and DY is going to be relegated to the offlane role alongside Yang. And speaking of rough games, Yang, probably one of the worst he's had, I would imagine, in his whole career in that previous match. But the Necrophos in game 1 might have been one of his best.
Absolutely.
So hopefully finding somewhere in the middle or the upper tier for him this game.
Yeah, back on that solid pick. And DY as well. I specifically remember in the groups watching Vici Gaming, and he had some great games on the Nyx Assassin. That was one of the heroes that I saw him really impressed on. And as you say, so far it's not been an amazing series for DY. Let's see if he can switch it up and step it up in this all-important game 3. as the lane matchups, as you see sort of with the switch round and who's playing what on the supports. You know, you have Yang and DY this time instead of Yang and Fade. But a strong dual lane nonetheless between these two. It is sort of, it's against Solo on this Undying though. And again, this is against Solo on a hero that he can be very aggressive on and doesn't have to worry too much about being bursted down in this lane.
There's also no strength heroes though, so it's not like the best lane overall for the Undying. However, there's no real burst threat onto the Morphling either, so Ramses can once again play very aggressively. There's no super heavy nukes. Oh, my goodness. Speaking of super heavy nukes, the other way there are when you have 20 decay stacks. All right, DY is...
I think DY might have even given up first blood on in every game. I don't know if that but he definitely died a lot very early on, every single game this series. He's definitely sort of taking a lot of the hate.
In the lanes, there's no doubt. Seems like he's just always a little bit out of position. You know, on the mid lane, a nice start here for Ori. Panel was talking about they wanted to see that maybe TA in the last pick for no one, because they were thinking if no one wins his lane, this looks like a very good game for Virtus.pro. Just get them on the ball, get rolling through it. But went for the Invoker instead, so not quite the same in terms of lane win. It is the Quas Wax Invoker, which can do a lot better than the Exort for sure. But Ori shouldn't have too many problems here, one would think.
Top lane, palm of the moment as well for Paparazzi, looking very good. There's Pasha. He's going to have a bit of a tougher time having as an incredible of a lane as he did in game 2 on his axe.
Luckily,
it's scary two heroes to be against.
Yeah, but Roger's doing the appropriate thing. If you cannot lane versus a lane, you just don't lane versus them. You simply pull the creep wave all the way around. He'll eat some harass for it, and quite a bit because of the slow from the balls too, but he's got that wave, and he can bring that back over to them.
Well, we have so the most popular pick pair this patch, 57% win rate. And as you can see, both of these heroes are very much needing one another to work, especially the Jara, not a hero that's in an amazing place at the moment. And to really be utilized, has to have that buff, that backup from Naya. Otherwise, this hero just gets walked over.
And now what they've done up top, though, is they've pulled that wave all the way back themselves, past the tower for Vici. And now Pasha's just stuck leeching here. He doesn't get any of the gold that Roger's getting. So it's a nice start for your Wyvern, but the Centaur's getting a little left behind. And Yang, a little bit of threat there. Soul just deny himself.
It takes himself a quick trip back to base. Just spamming out all the spells and mana pool. And Ramses farming very well down here. Top CS. So again, another start where him and Paparazzi are beginning the farm. They're not being thrown off their game too much by each side's dual lane. On the offensive and mid lane, 16-9 against 8-1. Ori he's absolutely owning this mid lane matchup, as we have seen no one as the Invoker against Lina. Sometimes Ori does okay. I mean, Ori is really,
you can't let that happen.
Because we've seen no one, he can go equal and go even in a lane between himself and Alina. Bottom lane again, DY is going to suffer the pain and abuse from Ramses and Solo. So this is just Ori playing, stepping it up really to another level. Like he can go even in a matchup as Invoker no one against Alina. He's done it before. This game he is really struggling to deal with the way that Ori is playing this hero and really utilize the strengths that Lina can have in this 1v1 matchup.
Yeah, this is interesting. Ori actually scouts the haste rune at the bottom. He has the bottle, so there's a chance he finds something.
That bottom, Yang, he's got the fire fires. He's still going to get punched down. Another kill for VP on this bottom lane. Ramses, he's 2-0-1 at the moment, 4 minutes in. Same time up top, Pasha and Roger looking to get aggressive onto Paparazzi, but Paparazzi has the sustain from Fade. It's not quite enough burst with the stomp and double-edge combo to bring that Gyro back down, as he'll be healed up by the Iron.
3-2 now at this point.
Spawnline Solo's going to go for another quick trip back to base. Lets himself die to the tower.
Second time he's doing this. He has that Observer Ward to help make sure there's no one in the AoE or getting any of that experience, so he just starts splitting the gold just individually across those dire heroes. He's losing a little bit each time, though. It is a bit costly. It's not exactly the most ideal thing like it used to be, since all the nerfs can't do it to the neutral, so you have to throw yourself at the tower. But all of the space he's making for Ramses is, of course, going to be well worth it.
With the rotation. The stun lock's there. No time or chance for Ramses to begin shifting into strength.
There's pretty much no question who you want to kill if you get a haste rune, right? You've already got the solo kill on the Invoker mid. Try and help out elsewhere. And again, that's been the key to this tournament, I feel like. It's just trying to help these side lanes out of the mid. Or at least taking the lane that you've won and then transitioning as early as possible to try and help out these other lanes. Excellent play by Ori. Because they needed that, right? This bottom lane just been going way too well for Virtus.pro.
it really has. Ramses.
Like, he's almost 1,000 gold ahead of the Necro already.
And we are going to see, we're going to see this interaction down the line. Ramses against the Gyros, the Morphling. You're going to see this Morphling having the flak in the team fights. And there's a reason why there was that period where Gyro was very popular. Morphling was pretty much found out every time, and again, bottom, another kill onto DY.
They committed a tomb, so it's like more understandable. Without the tomb, they don't get the kill, but just because you're trading the gold back on the Necrophosis isn't going to end up making it worth it.
This Morphling is having such a good start. It is really, it's a huge threat this match against the Gyro Aya. Like this for VP, sure, the numbers are even at the moment, but the fact that Ramses is having such a beautiful time down bottom, it's worrying. It's very worrying for Vici Gaming. And Ramses.
It's just watching them use their spells. Yeah. And once they miss, he just goes in. Raindrop to help keep him safe, has the wand too, so that's just being stacked up upon. And the way that the matchup works in terms of this counter of the Morphling versus the Gyrocopter too, like if the Gyro gets to that Aghanim Scepter via the IO and he's farming like crazy, that is something the Morphling doesn't have. But mid lane, well, this...
I love it to punish Ori. Don't have quite enough damage though, as Ori is able to get himself back and save.
But if your Morphling gets off to a crazy good start, and before that IO tether comes into play and this Gyro is farming like crazy, then the Morphling is just this ridiculous high damage dealer with Flak Cannon. It's a brutal counter pick.
It's so crazy. Bottom lane, Ramses, held up by the Soul Rip, Solo, getting in there again. DY has to be so careful. We've seen so many times him just get bursted down by the combo between the two of them. He'll turn and try for a stun. Solo's able to sidestep it. It's off the mark. Top lane, Pasha still the core, struggling the most. Not finding a lot of farm out of this top lane on the sensor.
Yeah.
As the Gyro IO, I mean, you look at those denies as well. Look at Paparazzi CS, 40 and 23 on this top lane. The Gyro is certainly going to be hitting these item timings. That he's going to be able to move around the map with good relocates, get themselves on top of heroes like the Invoker, and punish them early on. Yeah. The Morphling's still a bit of a different situation, as he'll be able to keep himself alive. Talk about keeping alive. Solo with the Soul Rip at the same time the Laguna comes in. He'll stay alive for a little bit. Dragon Slave does still fight through from Ori. With the 2 mana, they've got them for a chase down. Can they burst down these heroes in time? Ramsey zips forward. The EMP's there as well as Ori.
Okay, DY, I gotta give him credit there. Because, oh, no, that would have been pretty
Can no one still find him?
From Roger.
He's got the movement speed. As he's hunting, but Ori already beginning to salve.
Yeah, Tornado still on CD.
Just too fast, even with the phase boost. And Wexy can't quite chase it. Top lane Pasha is getting trapped in by both Fade and Paparazzi. Tries to burst down Fade, but the damage is there from Paparazzi. Paparazzi's Gyro, as much as we're talking at the start that Ramses is having, this top lane really is going quite incredible for Vici Gaming. As they'll dive down, look for Solo. Solo tries to get it to get off, he can't. Double kill for Paparazzi in this top lane. This Gyro and IO, if they could just find these rotations, keep the pressure on in this lane, there's not much that VP can do about it. Mid lane, rotation comes in again. Roger, he's been trying for this a few times. This time it's successful. They get the kill onto Ori. Bottom lane, zip forward from Ramses. The Ghost Shroud's out from Yang. A stun again from DY off the mark. Doesn't connect as Ramses still seeing if he can try and finish off that kill onto Yang. Does have to be careful. See himself very low. He's got only the 5-1 charges at the moment.
Just holding that for so long here. Playing to the absolute limit, really putting old JJ through his paces. I know he gets a little nervous. He's that low Morphling up top all the time. But he's doing well for now. Solo back to the lane in the bottom. And Pasha will return top. So I think that is one concern you could have with the Virtus.pro draft, is that it's not the easiest game for a Centaur, I feel like. In terms of counter initiations and everything, he's already been sacked in terms of the lane, so he's going to go off to a slow start. It makes it hard to get a hood. And then going for the Blink Dagger, you can't maybe get a second defensive item too easily. Or even like that second buildup of the Pipe or the Crimson Guard is going to come a lot later, any of those situations. And he doesn't have anyone to play off of. Like, he has to be the frontliner, but he's also the big stun. So it's a little awkward.
A bit of fortune for him there as he picks up a regeneration room. Top lane Vici Gaming, they've nearly found that tier 1 tower. One more push will get it done. As they lead at the moment. 10 minutes in, a 2k advantage for Vici Gaming. Both Ori and Paparazzi, just considering the early stage of this game, very far ahead on both this Gyro and Lina.
Yeah, they've been stacking a lot up in those dire neutral camps. All up around the shrine, by the lane itself, and constantly farming through it with the Gyro and the IO. I love the way that they're keeping Fade very close to Paparazzi as well. A camp stack 3 there, and there you go. No one else quite getting in on the game. But you just want that experience, right? It's all about keeping your IO nearby, but Vendetta has been popped in the bottom lane. There is a sentry in the back here. If he rounds this corner, Solo might spot him. For now, they're unaware of his presence. And now he does show. The sentry is reaching him right now, and they have the vision, so they know there's a minute of Nyx here, and they go right for him.
Coming in. Nolan and Roger moved over towards the bottom with the smoke. DY does turn, tries again for the stun, but it didn't find the connection. Paparazzi is going to be brought in by the IO. They'll get the tombstone, but with that stun missing from DY, they can't get that immediate kill. Stampede helps Solo get himself away from Vici Gaming.
No one's coming back in. Ghost walked.
There's a missile as well. Now going on to Yang as the Ramses Morphling did manage to turn his gyro and get the homing missile out, and now look to go in with the stolen rocket barrage. Actually burst down Paparazzi. Ramses with some fancy footwork there with the morph, using the gyrocopter's powers against himself.
Much needed space for Pasha at the moment. Everyone has left that top lane. He's just chilling out, finally getting some gold. And a little fight win there. Solo will take the kill. But yeah, that's really painful from DY, honestly. I'm sure he's feeling the nerves up there. He needed to hit that stun out of the carapace too. It's supposed to be free.
No one and Roger. The fan Ori does have Fade by his side. There's also Paparazzi rotating in, but Fade has not got the ability to keep Ori alive. Ori will fall. Missile chasing towards no one, but with the haste rune, no one can get himself far away from any follow-up potential that Vici Gaming may have.
Oh, look how deep Roger's going though. He has been scared by this vendetta. He is certainly going to die.
Now this time DY will find the stun. Out of the invis, they punish Roger.
At least Roger didn't place any wards in the time being. So those will stay in his dead corpse. And he'll have another chance to get some vision in that area. They basically want to try and get vision around the Ancients because you're sure they're going to start farming and stacking those on the side of Vici Gaming. So try and control that whole area, bring in Winter's Curses every single time they go anywhere near that shrine. And that could be a great way for VP to just like completely dominate this match. And we'll start seeing the Sunstrikes come out relatively soon. 2 more points to go in Wex, likely to stay at the 4 in the Quas. And we'll have a little bit of damage maybe to help Pasha get some kills, get himself back into the game.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Once again, using the smoke to close in on Fade and Paparazzi's aggression down bottom. VP, they're looking for the wraparound. Solo's leading the way. Smoke will dispel. Fade is going to get Cold Snap, Tornado, and EMP down in the midst of them. So Paparazzi has to keep his distance. Fade will tether across, but Fade's already gone. Turning their attention towards Paparazzi. The zombies beginning to build up. The ice wall slowing him down. Or he's TP'd in. Looking for the Yule's combos. The Wyvern with a Laguna Blade. Can he do it? He can. He gets the kill, but he's been Winter's Curse. As VP, they're ready to find more out of this one. They're bound to. They're going to get Ori as well. The Reaper side comes out onto no one, so they do get the Invoker in return. Solo and Ramsey still alive for now. As Yang, DY, can they really get anything more out of this? I don't think they can, and Yang's got to be careful. Ramses, he can turn and look for the burst if he wants to. The Ghost Shroud from Yang heals him back up to full.
Oh, the relocate. They're going to commit the solo kill. Oh, cancelled.
Solo should still die here anyway, unless he can juke this out. And whoa,
the ankles?
He's keeping the distance. The Heartstopper is ticking him down. He's on 4 HP at the moment. The ball's flying through. Surely they're going to find him, Solo. He's still running. They'll find him. They will find him. Fade.
The collective awe from the crowd. You know, they love an underdog story, but I don't think you're getting out of that one.
He's not getting out there.
But what an underrated combo, too. Like the Stampede with that Undying, using the damage amp, it allows you to get right on top of those enemy heroes, puts the slow in, and he's just boosting all that damage on the Gyrocopter and the Lina.
VP aren't done, you know, they see that Vici Gaming want to continue to push. They know that they still have a very good defense to put together. So they're straight back towards the tier 1 tower. Vici Gaming, again, after bringing the whole team down it, they've got to back off. They've got to get out of here. More time for Pasha to chill up on that top lane, as we're seeing, as he is recovering from that top lane where he did not get much farm at all.
Yeah, and he's gone for, oh, nice.
And again, another setup there for no one. Sees an opportunity to open up with the Cold Snap EMP. It just destroys this Necrophos, especially with the burst Diana from Ramses. We'll see this fight again, as you say. Just Fade and Paparazzi being caught out like that, it's already off to a bad start.
And there's that damage amp right there from Solo. Just using the Stampede, getting right on top, pops the ulti, and now everything is just doing up to 20% more by him just lurking on top of your course. But it was a good turnaround there onto the Wyvern at least, but did get the curse off at the beginning.
And this just has to be the big worry for Vici Gaming that we're seeing at this stage in these fights. They have this Gyro IO that want to go, but it really feels like Ramses Morphling just does so much more.
Look at this vision they have in between the towers here too. Oh,
Paparazzi
Roger.
comes searching.
Very nice.
They will find Roger. Roger pops down the Winter's Curse, gets healed up by the Soul Rip. But it's not really much more that Vici can do to save it. They can still try and fight back though. If they go in with the Flesh Golem, Pasha jumps in. He's got the stun onto the gyro. Ramsey's burst down the Io to make sure there's no backup, no escape for Paparazzi. As they've lost two, Paparazzi and Io, they're both buying back for this one.
This is a dangerous play.
As
They can
Vici
get out of
Gaming,
here.
they're putting a lot into this fight. They want to desperately find something in return. Ramsey's going for the GP on the high ground, but DY has got the stun. He holds Ramsey's back for now, and Ramsey's has no escape. Reaper side comes through, will
Also
fall.
chase down. Paparazzi will grab the invis room just to make sure that he can use it to escape, and he uses the rock barrage in the fake time. Just gets to keep it for a little bit, but take the last hit there instead. DY, great play there actually. Like letting the Undying go past, he's in the Vendetta, they know they have a key target. It's that Morphin. He goes past. Had he not continued chasing, they might not have hit a stun for him on that high ground.
See mid lane, an attempt onto DY. DY goes immediately for the TP out after the Spike Carapace already slows down any sort of combo that could come out from no one.
And then they'll take that rotation of the one fight in their area.
Okay,
Down to that bottom tower.
cost them a couple of buybacks. They're able to turn around the fight. They're able to take that tier 1 tower down bottom. Mid lane, no one. Set up again onto Yang. Roger heading forward. The tower's taken. Yang.
Oh, nice deny.
Let's get that deny, yeah. We saw some nice denies from VP last game. This time it's Vici Gaming's turn to minimalize the gold that VP looks to be getting from these tower objectives. Paparazzi drums straight into BKB, of course, this game against this heavy magical burst lineup that we're seeing as nothing too crazy at the moment, keeping on par with the average net worth.
This looks like the Skem Terrorblade build, where he's like stacking all these Wraith bands. Seems to be getting a little bit popular with these camp stackers and farmers and just like staying off the map. Very much into the value stats.
DY. On the hunt down bottom, they do have a relocate. Don't want to go into this at the moment. Oh, they have the damage though. He's already started to shift into strength. And this is one of the problems of trying to relocate on top of a Morphling. It's a very hard kill to get with these three heroes. It's incredibly unlikely to be successful with just these three. Now no one. Let's drive back, look towards DY, Spike Carapace. Keeps DY safe for a little bit, but now the urn is down. No one hunting him, so the Spirit Vessel in back. As DY does TP away. No one unable to find him. DY with the correct movement and outplaying no one in that escape. Instantly picks up a smoke too, so they can look to go back and start making some plays.
He wants to be part of this push.
Solo with the Flesh Golem. Starts to chase down Yang. They don't have Stampede.
He wants a two-man blink. He wants them to come over and try and help Yang.
He'll settle for just the one. Pasha goes in. Gets the lockdown onto Yang. Yang trying to turn. It's a little low mana. Does still have the one charges if he wants to turn and go for the burst, and has the Ghost Shroud on the one. We'll keep him safe, healed up. DY is also there with the vision from Invis, but the sentry's down. VP know that he's coming through, and straight away, Pasha blinks away from any sort of potential catch from DY.
I love how involved Ramsey is. Even though he's like not even completed his first big item, right? He's just sitting on a Perseverance and a Ring, but he plays these early game fights so well with the Morph. It's up, it's available. They want his right click damage to take on this tower. No one's just dealing with them bottom.
He's just going on Paparazzi. It doesn't matter that sort of fades there by the looks of it, as Paparazzi still falls incredibly low to the combo. They'll try and strike back as Yang, he's there to back them up. They get the cooldown onto Pasha.
Stampede in 5. I don't think he can find it.
He can't live that long, can he? He's got the hood. It gives him some sort of sustain, but with the Reaper side damage, there's more than enough for Vici Gaming to get Pasha out of the match for a full minute. Top lane, easy kill for the Lina as he just walks
434 HP.
out of the jungle and gives him a whack with the Laguna Blade.
Tips are a little deserved on that one, I think.
Got to be careful when going full RG. Ramsey's that deep. As Ori, that's the BKB done.
I think without that death, he has enough for Lincoln's too, so a little disappointing there, I'm sure, for Ramsey's. You know, hey, just a little bit more gold. Wanted to green it out there. And sometimes you get caught for that. That dire sentry up there by DY, so close to Ramsey. But here we go.
We can see it again.
Oh, he's eyeing the prize.
Oh, beautiful there, Ori.
Yeah,
Give it a
nice.
clap.
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh, back in the main. Oh, no one.
Just to be in a bit of trouble. He didn't manage to get the combo out onto the Jara now. They are TPing in. Cooldown down onto the three of them, but they're out of range. Looks like they'll settle for the Wyvern. As Vici Gaming turn their attention towards Roger. Stampy's being used as VP are looking to try and come back in on this. There's some there for DY. Laguna as well. They're proud solo too. 2 kills for Vici Gaming. Nice Striker Ray comes down onto the Morphling, but Ramses is already starting to build up the strength. Yang being surrounded. Ramses is into the Gyro form. Wade form's backing away. Pasha, he's being slowed down by the Spirits. DY, beautiful stuff. Get the two of them. And Vici Gaming, they get 4. A big team fight win for them there. Really cementing this lead that they have at 20 minutes in. A 7k advantage for Vici Gaming now. As Ori, I mean, we saw from the mid lane, he did fantastic against no one's Invoker, and he really has set the bar high. As he's top network, they're looking for more. Again, the chain stunts out onto Roger, as he's back out of the game as quickly as he was into it. They're TPing immediately to mid, giving up another kill. And Vici Gaming, after the fortification wears off, they're going to be able to take this tier 1 tower and really keep the ball rolling.
Yeah, they want one hero down. Always keep moving. Use that Vendetta. Scout forward once more. They want Virtus.pro to try and contest these towers, but Virtus.pro now is going to sit back and try and get their full lineup back and try and get that item done, because Ramses, again, I know I'm just praising him for it and he's joining these fights, but once he gets picked off by the Laguna Blade, he goes back, he joins another fight, and he still doesn't have Lincolns.
He's got to get it finished.
He's had no progress for like 3 minutes at this point.
Same thing to be said really for Noah. How's he looking on his items? He's still looking to...
Yeah, he went Spirit Vessel this game though.
Sure.
I mean, he's on Class Wax, which is of course a lot better when you're using the Spirit Vessel rather than on the Exort build, but it is nice to have like an item before that big Ags.
About 2.5k below the average net worth at this point of the match for Ramses. Not something you see every day. It's that they're really being tested, VP. They're struggling to keep up.
Oh, look at this aggressive build too. He's got Blink, Yules, and BKB on the top chart Lino right now. And looks like he's ready to go for a smoke once they clear out this wave here. They got some wards, they're ready. They want to go for a smoke with Vendetta into a potential relocate.
Again, see another run through this fight, but Vici Gaming took so much from VP, as VP just thrown all over the place. Yang just presenting himself right at the front. They have to somehow get away.
If you'd like to see another one of these fights, it looks like it might be brewing here. They're smoked up on the Radiant side near the Roche pit.
They're heading in. No one is going to be on the high ground. Just dispel the first instance on Paparazzi. They know what's coming in. Solo's going to be spotted out. DY trying to level up a stun. Yang comes in, looks towards Solo. Paparazzi is already on top of the Wyvern. The Reaper side comes down onto Solo.
This fight's falling apart.
They lose both of their support straight off the bat.
There's no curse, there's no tombstones. They can't find anything. They just wander different directions. I guess they were not expecting that big ball of Vici Gaming coming through.
VP are just slowly being broken apart here. The sort of the team play and synergy you normally expect from VP to happen on the main stage, it's just not, it's not turning up in this game 3. It's just not clicking together.
It is coming. About to be level 15. The Agnems will be there in just a moment.
Pretty much
just gets worse.
the same time that he has got the Maelstrom on the Gyro.
Oh, top lane too.
He's playing around with no one. No one goes for the TP out. They've got no way to cancel that TP in time.
Oh, the Yules was already used, that's true.
On lane Ramses. Zipping towards DY, Ori turns, goes for the stun. They do have to look for the TPs out. DY makes it away, but Roger's got the cap. So to hold down the Lina with the Winter's Curse, sets up for the follow-up burst to come into play, as they will take down Ori.
That's essentially a punish for them missing that kill on the Invoker. It's like putting all those, like, it might have at least been a 1-for-1, but they committed all those resources top, so they say, oh, okay, let's see like where was the relocate from. They know it's that area. They're going to relocate, and they find Ori. So a nice little bounce back there for Virtus.pro. But you can see right there the tether bonus coming into play. And he's likely going to surpass Ori, especially when he's dead.
Oh, absolutely. This sort of farm speed and potential with that extra Maelstrom procs potentially coming out from that extra attack that's going to be fired out with that Ags bonus. So much farm and so much fight that for VP they are absolutely struggling with. A lot of it down now to Ramses to pull off these plays. Show us why the Morphling can be that good against a gyrocopter. But in all of these fights, he's just not been able to get in the position to do so. You know, DY, for sort of the tough time he had in the bottom lane, still the nature of the hero, it's proving very hard for VP to play against. There's constant vision, constant stuff. Again, they're all separated. Solo gets found out on his own. He's got no one else by his side. As Vici Gaming, they're just picking up the kills, racking up the scoreboard, and VP aren't really doing anything in return.
Seems like they're just kind of lacking that second hero to play with the Centaur Warrunner. Having both the Wyvern and the Undying perhaps feeling a bit awkward for them. You envision this Wyvern as someone who is kind of waiting for this Gyro +1, and they can respond to that, use the curse, and maybe the fight's just over. Maybe you kill the IO instantaneously and it makes it a lot easier for you. But Centaur Warrunner, he kind of wants a fight to be developing, and ideally he's able to blink in and get a stomp going there. But it just seems like they can't fight a team fight because the 5 of them aren't together. They're trying to get too many items up onto this Morphling and this Invoker at the moment.
Now Vici Gaming just punishing perfectly the way that they're trying to split up and farm. As Ramses looking for the BKB to be his next item, which he does need to sort of, as we say, be able to turn into the Gyro and really go ham with the flak hits, because each and every time the Spike Carapace has been tripping him up. He starts to get the flak out, Spike Carapace stuns him up, and then DY's there with the follow-up lockdown.
They have vision on Ori right now. He's completely alone too. I guess there's always the third relocate though, so this time they're not going to go for it.
It's very hard for them to make those plays outside of the base when they don't have the full 5-man ready and don't have sort of the full info on the whereabouts of the entirety of each Gaming's team. Bottom lane, Paparazzi and Fade. Another tower taken.
Oh, Roger. Is he getting found out here?
Wow. He's found him. He's seen him. He's got him. And they've psyched him. At the same time, Ori. Got the light strike to set up. Pasha has got the Stampede, but the Yules to counter. Holding him in place. Cooldown comes in. They hold down the Centaur. As again, Vici Gaming just constantly picking apart the members of VP's lineup. As they are looking to be totally shaken up in this game 3, all over the place VP.
I'm very curious to know what the hero damage is for Pasha at the moment, because I'm thinking he's not doing all too much.
They're down the mid lane. They're pushing the high ground. 27 minutes in, Vici Gaming not ready to stop. Ramses has the BKB. He has to do something incredible in these defenses now to have a chance to get himself the Gyro for. He's able to turn. You've lost the Wyvern. Wyvern's got no buyback. Paparazzi is in there, is in with the BKB, but you're seeing the damage that comes out from Ramses. It's a crazy amount that he can commit with the BKB. The BKB is going to wear out soon. Okay. Does still buy the time to get the kill onto Fade. That will put a halt to the push. So we are starting to see a glimmer of what Ramses can do with this BKB as the Morphling.
Yeah, if he can get that Gyro, there are still some chances for him there. And of course, they are defending there without Pasha and with Roger going down early, so there is at least that. But they can now just kind of back away, start prepping for the shrines on the return, as they did take that tier 3. And at this point, Ori still has not felt threatened enough to use his BKB. He's been very calm about it, ensuring he's going to wait for that proper moment.
I mean, he's very close to having that Lincoln still on top of it.
Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. Not very often you see someone finish a full Lincoln
before having to use a BKB.
And he's getting kills too. That's the terrifying part. He's picked off a couple heroes.
Oh yeah, he's been in there already. 8, 4, and 6 this game. It's not like he's been sitting back and farming. He's absolutely been with the team every single time.
Top tower is under attack.
It's definitely seeming to be the similar sort of showing for Vici Gaming in game 1, if not even stronger.
Some sort of element in these team fights. It feels like you can't even structure. Changes the dynamic of the Wyvern usually plays, and then for
seconds slower than the patch average. For a man that's normally so confident, so strong in the Invoker, they take it time and time again, early picks. But even this game, this was not the norm. This was a 5th pick Invoker. Normally this would be, this would be terrifying. This Invoker, nearly complete for Yang. BP, they've got to do something, and they've got to do it soon. And they're going out.
Yeah, this is it.
They've got to catch Vici off guard.
I see nothing.
And ideally, you are finding that Gyro, because you know that if you find anyone else, suddenly the Gyro is going to turn up and be there as well.
It looks like no vision in these fights. Oh, he's gonna get spotted by DY.
The smoke dispels. There's gonna be straightaway Yules onto Pasha, make sure that Pasha can't go over the blink. Who's top? Light strikes down. They're focusing the center. Deafening blast onto 3. But at the same time, it's a deafening blast at the same time as the curse. The curse does nothing. It's not the perfect combo at all from VP. In fact, it's gonna be any worse. And the Laguna, the side comes down. That's no one got for 95 seconds. As that fight pretty much a summary for just the discoordination that we're seeing from VP this game. This is not the VP you expect to see. It's everything's being thrown out at the wrong order, at the wrong time, and it's costing them fights. That was a chance that they may have had to get in. It was a 3-man curse, but they got deafening blasted, so it didn't matter.
We wrote how a good fight should go. I didn't know we had to write a bad fight too, but definitely
towards the middle lane. As again, pressure on Ramses.
Yeah.
He has to use this flank with the BKB.
Oh man,
But he's caught out. The light strike actually catches him. A weak limit. There's going to be the buyback. It's now back in available for no one. They move forward. Ramses in the mid. There's the flag. It's starting to beat back the side of Vici. Vici, is it enough? They haven't got enough damage. The sustain from Fate. It's going to keep Paparazzi fighting. Ramses turns towards Yang instead. The cold snap of the meteor will deliver. Sun strike not enough for DY. DY still alive. No one's trying to chase.
Only a few points.
He's pulled back for this. He wants more. He's angry. He wants action. Is he going to get it? Doesn't look like it. As Vici Gaming will get the other 4 of them out.
100 damage there. And that engagement is the more play.
20k ahead.
Look at that hero there.
Just trying to get that mountain. But there was taking Ramses out of the fight before you push. Unless you catch him out solo and on his own pushing out waves. But as we've seen that, he's playing so safe. He's just, at the moment, he's just hugging the barracks. He knows that as long as he's there by the racks, they can't push into VP.
Unless they just kill everyone else. And no one, I mean, he just uses buyback.
Yeah.
He still has no beak. Virtus.pro. Between the cooldowns and the sun strikes.
Goes for that full Crimson Guard on Pasha. It's also going to help them tenfold again.
Now is that if no one gets caught by the Carapace at all, he's just going to blink in, he's going to stun him, and then Yang's going to follow up with his own blink. He's going to hop right on that Invoker. He has a heart, he has a hood, he's hopping right inside that base, he is scything that Invoker, and he'll just get saved out from there.
So they're down for 95 seconds. How long are we seeing until rushes? Pretty soon.
10 seconds.
So there will be no...
If he passes by after this next wave. Now they're just playing inside their own jungle. Camping around Ramses, seeing if the side of Vici.
A crucial part in giving them...
This pro by Vici game just looking so solid.
things that do allow them to put the flies out. So they're in, straight onto the racks. 20 seconds without it dying.
The stun.
They have the disable. Can they take him down before he's ever get back to the morph? When he gets to the BKB off, changes back towards the morphing and now starts to fire back with the flag. They've got the Winter's Curse down, the control down to Paparazzi. Paparazzi gets the range racks. Pop the cooldown, still being healed up by Fade. As Ramses, he's got a couple of hits left with the flag, but he can't get in to use it.
That was the volley of skills. That was the curse. It didn't catch anyone. The Aegis is still there.
Tombstone is down. He tried to zip forward. Ramses, but the BKB's out on Paparazzi. Holds his ground, takes down the Tombstone. Looks back towards the melee racks. As VP, they'll jump forward. Pasha trying to burst down Fade. Can they kill off that IO? They can. Adaptive strike from Ramses does the job. Yang's in straight away on top of Ramses. There's going to be a buyback coming through from the IO. Then they get back in onto the fight. Yang's going to drop. Can they get more out of this? The buyback comes through. VP are being pushed back to the base. The space is there for Vici Gaming to take the melee racks with the pressure they apply. As VP, they've had to expend 2 buybacks, but they cannot defend. Into Rapier all the way up in the mid lane. Up by Ramses. I imagine he's still going to get that man. You know what would be really sick if he gets the Rapier all the way up in the mid lane. They've got the catch onto the 2 of them. They've lost the 9. They've lost the Centaur. Pasha does not have buyback, and they're not even done Vici game. They'll move on to Roger. Roger's dead. The stun's there. On to Ramses is in the gyroform. He can't get out of it. He has got buyback, he'll have have to use it. There's no one. He's being chased down. He's trying to run himself away from the team. But DY is here with the stun. The light strike, triple kill for Paparazzi. And with 3 dead, is there any chance at all for VP in this game 3? I don't think so.
They know
Vici
about
Gaming,
these buybacks.
they're pushing down the middle lane. They're up to the tier 4s. They can taste the victory. They got it. GG is called by no one. Vici Gaming will take the series 2-1. And what a back and forth series it has been in some of these games. But this match, they all stepped it up. DY, he struggled in some of the other games. This time round on the Nyx Assassin, it was so hard for